How has the birth of Islam affected the world? Civilization. As soon as the birth of Islam happened, people of the Middle East had some sort of civilization now. People were less feral and there were less wars. As long as people of the Middle East kept on believing in Allah, they would have some sort of order, despite all the terrorism and conflict going around today. The groups of Islam. Sunni Muslims include 84 to 90% of all Muslims. Shiite Muslims comprise 10 to 16% of all Muslims. The Sunni Muslims are what we call the extremists of Islam. The Sunnis radicalize the religion and believe that their group is the most pure group of Islam. The Shiite Muslims are the more peaceful type of Muslims. Although they are Muslim, they are still executed by the terrorist organizations ISIS and the Taliban, just because the Sunni Muslim don't think that they properly follow the religion. Crusades. The historic effect of the birth of Islam are the Crusades. The second and fourth Crusades were effects of Muslims, and if Muslims weren't there, well, they obviously wouldn't have happened. They were a conquest of the Catholic Church trying to get back the Holy Land which they thought belonged to them, Jerusalem, after Islam taking over. A more modern effect of the birth of Islam is Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden was a Muslim terrorist and the founder of Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda was responsible for the attacks on 9/11. At first, Al-Qaeda was just made to help the Taliban take control of Afghanistan from the Soviet Union, which then sent Afghanistan into peril. Then they went on to cause the unforgettable terror of 9/11. Bin Laden had already previously declared war against USA. Because of the birth of Islam, America had to boost its defense system and also contributed to the massive debt that America still has. Here are a few pictures of the effects of Islam. One of the main effects is how Islam brought the people of the Middle East together. In this picture, you can see them all going down for prayer. This is something Christianity never got to do. But here's a more dreadful thing. It's ISIS. The men in the orange are people who may not have been Sunni Muslims. They could have been Christian, Hindi, Buddhist, or any other religion that the Sunni Muslims didn't tolerate. Here's the devastating pictures of 9/11. The Taliban is an example of a modern effect on Islam, how Islam affected the world. They are a terrorist organization that controls Afghanistan and Pakistan. They are an extremist group and are a result of the birth of Islam. ISIS. Another example of a bad effect of the birth of Islam, and it is a group we all fear, ISIS. This is another extremist group whose goal is to convert the whole world to Sunni Muslim. Although this is what is written in the Holy Quran, surrender to Allah. In conclusion, the birth of Islam has had its ups and downs. It has been the cause of plenty of conflict, although it has been beneficial for the countries of the Middle East, bringing order to their world, and brought a sense of civilization to their people. So these are the effects of the birth of Islam and what they have brought